Yo, what is going on, everybody? Contrary to my rumors of my death are highly exaggerated. Yeah, so I am still here. There's been a lot of buzz as to what in the hell happened to me. So my goal tonight is to go through all of that. Cover what the hell happened. I basically collapsed at work, so I'll be going back and forth to that throughout the night as some of you come on. And as always, even though you post something, you still got to go and you still have to go and hit the link and show people that you're there, or they just don't freaking believe it. So we're copying links, we're going back and forth through Facebook and doing all that crap. But yeah, it was a pretty shitty ass day, and I'm really annoyed. I'm going to be damn honest. I'm really pissed off that I freaking dropped like a damn fly, and it shouldn't have happened. But here I am. So we'll go through all of that. And yeah, a night was spent in the hospital. Well, not a whole night, but the evening was spent in the hospital. And I was not a freaking fan. Because yesterday I was scheduled even to just do a few minutes, but it was a big deal to me to go on and do the Chonkless show at, with Slammy and them. So I had to bail, and I don't like doing that. I don't like bailing on anybody for any reason. If I say I'm going to do something, if I couldn't do it, that means it was an act of God. And yeah, that's basically, what happened. I went through a day like any others. Um, and I decided I was going to just, wake up, go to work, eat breakfast. Cool. Go to lunch, and somebody gives me some freaking Doritos, and just like that, about 2 minutes later, boop, straight down, straight the hell down. So that's basically where we're at. Is I just freaking collapsed, and I was gonna just go through and walk it off, but the problem was it was like when you have when you have a migraine. That's the best way to describe it. You ever get the migraine where your vision gets blurry? You're dehydrated. So your vision gets blurred, or you're eating too many processed foods. You get dehydrated, your vision blurs, and then you're left with headaches. So that's basically what happened to me. Was my vision got blurred, didn't get blurred. Should say I got to the restroom at my job, and I looked straight into the mirror, washed my hands, and I was thinking about, of all things, the Rittenhouse case, the Kyle Rittenhouse case, because I was watching on TV that morning. We have a big TV in the middle of the floor, and we had that on. And I was just thinking over some of the things that he was saying, or the reactions, the fact that they tried to have a mistrial on it. It was just, general thought about it. And then I couldn't think of what the guy's name was. I couldn't think of anything. My brain went blank. It literally felt like somebody had taken the light switch and just turned it off. That's what it felt like. It felt like the light switch went off and all the electricity to my brain, insert jokes there, but all the electricity to my brain just at once just stopped. So that's what happened. Was I just did not move, and I laid there on the floor for a few minutes, um trying to make sense of what the hell just happened. And I heard people coming near, and you don't want to be lying on the fucking bathroom floor while people are walking around. So I hear people coming closer, and I decide to get up and finally, crawl my way over to the wall, and then get up and walk out and go to the break room. And that's what I did. I sat in the break room at my job for an hour, and I didn't do anything. I was just staring at the floor. And at the point that I got into the break room, one of my good friends, Dave, called me, and he was calling me to, just ask, see how I was doing. And I told him, hey, look, dude, I just collapsed at work. I really don't know what the hell to do. So, he was concerned. He wanted me to go to the doctor right away. The doctors in Vegas suck. I'll tell you right now. If you have to go to an emergency room, you do not want to end up in Vegas emergency room for anything. They're fucking awful. I mean, I that and the urgent care clinics are a damn disaster. And if you get a doctor, even the doctors here are they leave something to be desired. They really do. It's not like old school New York old Jewish doctor knows everything that's wrong with you and has a practical fix or knows the pharmacist and I'm not speaking out of hat or just using I mean that's something I've experienced growing up. So I just didn't know what to do. So I called my doctor and I got the secretary. That's the worst because they don't give a shit. They're another ones. They don't give two shits. They just want their filing done. The empathy level is about as low end of the totem pole as you can get. I mean, it's just the concern is almost non-existent, and that's what I felt I was working with, and I just went, you know what, I'll wait it out. Wait it out. 9 o'clock, show at chanclas. And that's what's freaking on my brain. I don't even care about work that day. The whole week was leading up to this. And now I'm sitting in my house going, I don't feel right. I feel kind of freaking dizzy. I shouldn't say dizzy. It was just kind of somewhere in between dizzy, lightheaded, fatigue, the whole 9 yards. I felt like I hadn't slept in days. And there was no way I was driving myself anywhere. And I didn't know anyone at that hour who was going to come pick me up, as I'm usually the one giving people rides to take me over to Chanclas, and I didn't feel right either way. And I'm looking at the ground going, this could be something bigger. I'm feeling tingling in my arms and legs. Let me get my ass to the doctor. And that's what I did. I got to the doctor. And they ran all the tests, EKG, which is the echocardiogram, CAT scan, which fucking $200 down the drain, a whole bunch of shit. Gave me a drip of some sort. They gave me some sort of, I forgot what the hell it was for, but they gave me an IV of something, and I didn't feel any better. But I didn't feel any worse. So I'm there, and then the picture of me is it's just at the point where they've got me hooked up to all the equipment, and here I am, just hooked up to IV, and trying to figure out like what the prognosis is going to be, and the answer was absolutely nothing's wrong with you. Like, how the hell can that be? How is it that nothing is wrong? So I couldn't figure that shit out. But I didn't go anywhere last night. I stayed at home. I made a small meal and I went to bed. And that was it. And the little sticky things are the adhesives that they use for an echocardiogram, and so that's what you're seeing right there, the little adhesives for the echocardiogram and the intravenous they gave me. And I usually do this show at 9, but I said to myself, let's do this earlier, because if anyone's able to watch and is on the East Coast, they'd be able to take part in this. Bruce is, and I didn't give him much time. I didn't give much notice, but Bruce is currently, he is doing his thing. I think he's, I don't know where he's a security guard now. So Bruce is out doing a security guard thing for 17 an hour, whatever the hell he's making, which, for Vegas ain't shitty. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad this day and age. And yeah, he's doing that. And I got a message from somebody here, so can't answer that one. from Crazy Girl. And if you know me personally, you know when you see that number, that's never a good thing. That's that ain't anything I want to answer right now. So we're just gonna have to let that one go. That's another story for another time. But yeah, I've been dealing, I've been saying I've been dealing with the sleep problems for a while, and I've been dealing with the with just bad diet. And I don't know, man. I getting older and shit. I've just been going through that nonsense and saying fuck it. I'm just gonna go live like I normally do. That shit does not work. I'm learning that shit does not work. Like a half-ass bowl of cereal does not make up for like fucking glass of water and nutrients and taking care of yourself. So I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing, and I guess I paid for it. The big scare for me was a few years back. I had a goddamn seizure, and the concern for me was, all right, was this that? Did I have a seizure? And I don't think so. I don't think it was that, because there were two times in my life that I had a seizure, and I was out for about 24 hours. I was out for about 24 hours, and I didn't get up right away. This time I was only gone for about a minute. And I'm glad that it didn't get to the point where it was a coworker finding me. That was my ultimate when I came to him. Like I'm hearing voices. I I I didn't want it to be a coworker finding me on the floor, and and then having to call an ambulance and all that shit. It was just like, ah, fuck that mess. Um, I don't know if anyone can comment. If so, by all means, do so. You join in. Um, but yeah, I was watching the Kyle Rittenhouse thing all morning long. So that would have been Wednesday, and I wasn't even distracted by anything the kid had done, because I still think he was a kid. I still look at him as a young kid. Um, Maybe his appearance, his attitude, the way he's carrying on, he has the look of a kid who realizes he screwed up. What's amazing is that what caught my eye is that the judge is just fucking steamrolling over the prosecution. So the guys bringing the case against Kyle Rittenhouse are just getting lashing from the judge. And if you're watching the case, watch the defense. The defense attorneys are just they can't contain themselves. They're just like, this guy's a fucking moron. And when I say moron, I'm talking about the defense, the prosecution for the state. They're going on saying that it should be a mistrial. The guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's trying to insert new evidence or put new concepts in there, and judge just freaking backs smacking upside the head the district attorney. So it's very interesting to me to see what information they're going to allow. Because my thing is the kid shot someone. He did. I mean, Bill going, Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. He shot and killed people. He's 17 years old. I don't know if in that state that matters at all, but he shot and killed people all the same because he felt his life was in danger. But then, wasn't even his gun, as it turns out, and he put himself in the danger. He injected himself into that danger. He went beyond putting out the dumpster fires and just protecting that one story. Wandered off and now he's a victim. But he actually came and said, "Yeah, I did this. I'm responsible." So I'm almost thinking now they might call a mistrial, find a way to get him out. And if that's the case, then you start to set this precedent that it's just okay to drop bodies. If again, like the George Zimmerman thing, like he's coming right for me, one of those things. So that was the thing. I was watching all of that, and then as the morning went on, I went, "Oh shit." I got to go. And then when I went to lunch and I got in the bathroom and I was just thinking about it, I'm like, how the hell did, and I went straight down. So that's what happened. That was it in a nutshell. But I was really just shocked at how quickly it all went. But I spent the rest of the day pretty disoriented, and I didn't want to be out on the road more than I had to. I usually take the highway home, and I didn't even take the highway to get back to my house. I took back roads. I ran Decatur, excuse me, Trop all the way to Decatur, and I didn't want to be on the road. My attitude was, you know, and if I'm going to do something, let me do something where if I start to spaz out, maybe I can slow down and pull over or do something. And I've been in accidents before where, I mean, I had an accident years ago, about 20 years ago, where the hood on my car, the latch was frozen and it was open. And I had opened the hood just to, put some windshield wiper fluid in there because, in New York in the winter, you get a lot of crap that kicks up onto the windshield. It's really filthy. You can't see. So I had that happen one winter, and where, mud was everywhere. And my latch on my hood does not lock into place. And I'm on the highway and I'm going down a steep hill. And the freaking hood just went right into my face, right through the windshield. And the only way I was able to get out of it was just look through the little slice of a window that was less, the slice of visibility from where the hood met the windshield. There was a little strip on the bottom of glass that was still visible. And I used that, and I looked over my right shoulder, and I looked to see if there were any cars in my blind spot either direction. And I just slowed down and and was able to make it to a shoulder. So my logic last night was I'm not going anywhere. I want to do the show. I sent a message to Jack Slammy, for anyone on the East Coast who's watching this now or sees it later. He's a promoter or producer of comedy shows out here. He's a great guy. And he looked at me 2 weeks ago and he said, hey, or a week ago, want you to go up. And I don't want to say no for two reasons. I don't want to say no because number one, I've been working and practicing on my material and I want to, and two, I respect the guy, and if he thinks that he's going to take a chance to have me go up, then I want to go up. And I don't cry. I don't. Let me get this. Just put this out there. I'm not one of these guys who cries over a hangnail or I'm a hypochondriac. If I think I have to go to the doctor, if I get or I can't stand up straight, then that's a big deal. I mean, even my boss at my job will tell you, I don't take breaks. I don't take days off. And let's say, I I've called out once ever at the job I'm at now. And when I was working at Fry's, I can't even think how many times, if at any, had I called out. Now, I might come in late. Yeah, I might come in late. That is definitely something I've done. But what I don't do is just abandon abandon my post or just not show up to something. So that was the big deal for me not being there. And his words to me were, he's still on my post, and he messaged me and he said, "Don't die." Um, and we had a couple of comics, die. Or one was John King Tamer, who had died. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was only discovered recently. And then we had another comic in the Vegas scene. And I'll be honest, I did not know him. He was somebody that I had seen in passing. You might shake hands, hug it out, but it wasn't somebody that I really knew. And so that's how that went down. The concern was, oh shit, let's add another to the stack. Um, and that's exactly how that went down. I was really concerned about driving somewhere and just having a fucking seizure, for lack of a better word. That was my thought was, oh well, fuck me. I'm gonna have it, go home or get on the road, and I'm gonna be in a bad way real soon. And that was the concern. So when I got home, I mean, there I am with wrist bracelet and all. But I got a lot of messages and outpouring of support from all of you, and I really appreciate that. We didn't do a show this week because I've been going to places like Wise Guys, which is a comedy club on Main Street in Las Vegas, adjacent to the Strip, and on Tuesday nights now. And there's other mics and things. And the reality is, I had the argument with Bruce about, you're not into this. You should be further along. And I'm just like, you know what? Fine, let me pick another day, let me pick another time, and for now I want to focus on being seen at more clubs and things. And maybe I'll do Trump and give them tremendous impersonations, some of the best impersonations anyone's ever seen of Donald Trump, and he's going to be the next president of the United States. So I've been told. Now they're telling me Howard Stern wants to run against me. Howard Stern, very ugly man, very, and that's going to write itself. I can't wait for that shit when Howard Stern tries to run against Donald Trump. That's going to be a fucking circus. He probably won't do it, but he basically said, if Trump runs again, he'll be forced to run against him. And for as famous as Stern is, he might have a chance in hell. That would be funny as hell if Howard Stern became president of the United States. I fucking hope Trump doesn't run again, but I know him in the sense that the personality type, the narcissism is so off the wall. He'll probably do it. He'll probably do it. And for as fucking bad as Sleepy Joe was doing, he could easily beat him. Just leave it at that. I'm not going to go into his long thing because I know for Bruce here, Bruce will be going, yeah, man, I know. These Republicans are bootlickers. They do whatever they're told. They have no independent thought. Let me go vote for Trump. What does this guy know how to do to be president? He doesn't know shit. But that would be a fucking 45-minute argument. But Bruce is a security guard now. I don't know if he's doing it for MGM, but I can't believe. I said this, Bruce, you're fucking pushing 50 years old. And some guy fucking gets out of line. What the fuck are you going to do about it? You chain smoking guy. You ain't chasing shit down if some shit goes down. Bruce Leonard's not chasing a single motherfucker down. My fucking seizure having ass has a better chance of chasing down a criminal than Bruce does. I'd probably be unconscious for 5 hours and still be able to chase somebody down. He says he doesn't have to do that. And I mean, God bless him. He gets better hours than what he was working. But it's still, I fucking laugh every time he tells me he's a security guard. I'm picturing a security guard. I'm picturing a guy with a utility belt, fucking can of mace, maybe a gun, and then you got Bruce Leonard. I don't see it. I guess he knows somebody's getting the easy shifts. I don't know. Maybe he's like, fucking security guard for like a Chuck E. Cheese, but no, he says he's doing like, he said he was doing a Knights game. And you got drunken guys there, God forbid the sports team loses, or PBR, professional bull riding or whatever the hell. He said he was doing something like that. I'm going, this fucking guy. Whoa, stop. Stop in the name of the Bruce. I'm not like, all right, Bruce. Next, you're going to tell me like Marcus Dietz. Big Marcus Dietz to be a security guard. Hey, guys, come on, man. Guys, just like, you're not being fair here. I got to get in my car now and chase after you. This is bullshit, guys. Guys, come on. I knew I shouldn't have stopped at the Jimmy John's yesterday. I mean, it's I whatever. So Bruce is a security guard. I don't know when he's getting out, but I wanted to do this earlier rather than later. In fact, this is the time I'd rather do the show. But Bruce was, working at Vaughn's, and he wasn't able to get out until 9 o'clock because he was waking up at 7, 8 o'clock, and then coming out to, to tape this. We do it live, but to go live at 9 p.m., which I don't like that only because I'd rather be able to, take 2 hours. Then you're done at 9. Then you got 3 hours to do, other shows. And in Vegas on Tuesday night, it's gotten so busy now. There's 18 Bin, there's Wise Guys. You have a midnight at Champagne, which go, midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. You've got all these great shows. If we are able to start, finish earlier, then that'd be fucking great. So I'm going to try from now on to do this thing earlier, and 7 o'clock, Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern. This way, a few more of you could chime in. So I'm going to be doing that. If Bruce doesn't want to get on that, we'll see. I mean, I have no problem going solo, but that was it. The whole point today was just to give the update of what had happened, and let everybody know that I'm fine. I'll have a talk with with all of you as I see you, but everything for the most part is fine. Drove around today to take care of some chores. Today I was trying to sell some old sneakers. I grew like a whole shoe size in 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I went from a size 9.5 to 10 to now 10.5. It's fucking crazy. I never thought you can grow that many shoe sizes, but apparently you can. Your feet flatten out and everything. So I'm just like, shit. So I had some custom ass fucking Air Force Ones that I got from Nike ID, and I had to return them. I had to get them returned, and waiting for me to get my money back because fucking like they didn't fit. They were not going to fit. Like I was going to get these things, and because I have a bunch of size 10 sneakers, fucking tennis shoes. I don't know why people say tennis shoes. The West Coast thing, tennis shoes. And I had to fucking send those shits back, and I'm really pissed about that. So now I'm waiting for my money to come back from Nike so I can reorder them. And they're like all like reflective black with like acid wash. It's got my, all my name written on the tongue and everything. So I thought this was going to be really cool and something I want to get. Nope. For some dumbass reason, my fucking feet grew another half shoe size. I don't understand why the fuck that's happening, but I see people are weaving in and out. I wanted to get on tonight and let everyone know that I was all right, and that everything was good. And if anybody needs me at all, yeah, you know how to get in touch with me. Just give me a call. And not this person, not that person. She wants money. And if you haven't caught what I just said, I just spent $130 on Nike, and I had to get my money returned, and that takes 7 to 10 business days. So we're gonna just leave on that. Not much more to say right now. Once I get my shit taken care of, as far as me getting healthy, well, I shouldn't say healthy, but just me going back out to places. My goal is to just hit the scene hard. Tuesday nights, if I can't do it earlier, I'll try to come here on Thursday nights and see if I can get Bruce to join in. And with that said, also for any of you that have been watching and have come here before, I'm awaiting the return of Marcus Dietz, who's a wrestling promoter with Ketz Pro Wrestling and a local Vegas comedian. He's been living in Texas, so he's one person I'm going to be eagerly awaiting the return of, because I have so much to, I want to talk about with him, and a lot of other talent in Vegas. You're welcome here all the time, with or without Bruce. My name is Rob Boslary, and I do this show once a week. This is Caption, this the medical edition. I thank you very much, and you guys have yourselves a great freaking evening. We will try and see you next week, and hopefully I'll be walking and talking and not falling on the floor at my freaking shitter at work. All right, everyone, have a good night. Take it easy.